Let me tell you all. The Lombay Keys Park in South Andros has been an existing structure for years. The park is actually named after Lady Pindling. It is supposed to be the Lady Margaret Pindling Park. Yeah, that's the name of the park. But they have not kept that park. They have not bothered to concentrate on that park. And I like Lady Margaret Pindling, but Lady Margaret didn't like South Andros and didn't contribute to South Andros getting better. They may have played around with too few people, invited them to their house, made them take their shoes off, whatever. But she didn't have any real interest in South Andros. And so it is no surprise that the Lombay Keys Park is in the state that it is in, if they haven't fixed it as yet. Because I got this complaint quite some time ago. That shouldn't be the case for a park that is named after a former Governor General and the wife of the first Prime Minister of the Bahamas. But it is. Because, and you have to realize, she has ties to South Andros because she was born or grew up in Long Bay Keys, South Andros, where that park is located. Not too far from the park, actually. Clear example of these people, when they get up and they get out, they don't look back. And that's the unfortunate thing. Hopefully, local government and those in authority in South Andros will try to get that park fixed. Leon Lundy would do something to get that park up to par. They need to do it. The last time that park got any real attention was when Sharon Henfield and Peggy Kelly, those were doing stuff on the park. They used to have an event called the Going Back to the Island Festival, and so usually around that time, work was done on the park to get it up to standard for that event. Yeah, and I remember the late Lambert Ferguson. He was one of the persons who had a great appreciation for that park, and so he did a lot of work on it. And Bishop James Pratt as well. But Lambert Ferguson had that park to heart and always wanted to see that park in good condition, you know. But yeah, hopefully they get that Long Bay Keys Park back up, get it up and running, get it nice, and make it look like a park that's named after the wife of the first Prime Minister, named after a former Governor General. It is. You know, make it look that way, you know? Anyhow, let's move on. There's a story about the Arab and the camel. And I know many of you have never heard that story, but it's an old fable. About some people know it, but not very many people know it, you know? The story is a classic fable about misplaced kindness and boundaries, where a generous Arab lets his camel into his tent for warmth. But the camel progressively asks for more space to cover his head, his legs, and his body, until the camel fills the tent.